The 12s are out in bunches, and they know exactly what time it is once their flag has been raised. We are inside the deafening confines of Lumen Field, just south of downtown Seattle. Tonight we've got a great Sunday night matchup on tap, as it'll be the Los Angeles Rams taking on the Seattle Seahawks.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession.
They'll be led out by a Southern California kid. Played his college ball in L.A. at USC. At quarterback, it's Sam Darnold. Open man left side. Shaheed has it. Down the left sideline. He's on his way.
And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. A big play there. 74 yards.
And the Seahawks will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight.
That is a quick strike, one play all the way to the house. You know, the pass was fine, but that run after the catch, impressive.
An absolute horrible time. Of course, any time like this is a horrible time for a defensive breakdown. But where's the tackling? Where were the safeties? You don't expect him to catch the ball, and next thing you know, he's running into the goalpost this early in the game. That's not supposed to happen.
Jason Myers now for the extra point. And this will give the Seahawks a 7-0 lead. One of the shortest drives you'll ever see. One play, 75 yards, 6 points. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34.
So out come the Rams now for their first possession. Leading the charge at quarterback, the former Georgia Bulldog, Matthew Stafford.
And the tendency for most of these guys is to want to match things right away because they have a lot of confidence in their talent, too. They just saw a big strike against their team, and you know they're thinking to themselves, I can get this back right now on one play. Well, if it's there, you take it, but otherwise, just go ahead and calm your team down. Run the offense, get things going, and see how things settle in.
He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Stafford now to throw. Over the middle to Smith. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, you know, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
I'm quite sure that they envisioned a much better start to this game when they practiced all week. But they failed on that third down play. That brings up fourth down, and they'll probably have to punt it away.
So on fourth down, on is Ethan Evans to punt for the Rams. Back deep, Rashid Shaheed.
And this will be taken at the 13. Call that a 44-yard punt, 5 on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10.
Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
To throw is Darnold.
It gets this complete to Shaheed.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it's 2nd down.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
From the 25, here's 2nd and 3. They'll run. It's Kenneth Walker. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It's a gain of 12, 1st down Seahawks.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. And that led to a really nice game. An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
10 at the 47-yard line.
A couple of 1st downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down. A play fake, and it's Darnold.
This one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it, and it's 2nd down.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Darnold. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. Here's Darnold.
This one goes underneath to Walker.
And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 41-yard line. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Well, it's almost as if they didn't leave the field after their first drive. They picked right up where they left off. Another good throw there. And this offense, humming here in the early going.
Walker now on 1st and 10.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
That's Byron Young, who ranged in that time and stopped him for a loss.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
No receivers open, so he was forced to put that one into Puget Sound. That's a great job defensively blanketing those receivers, and ultimately, a smart idea by him just to get the ball out of there.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. The shotgun snap for Darnold. And the Rams got it. They bring him down. Byron Young, the one who got in and finished that play off.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
The Seahawks will call on Michael Dixon on fourth down to punt this one away. Xavier Smith deep for L.A. And he gets it away. A directional kick going toward the sideline. So the Rams coming back onto the field, their second drive of the game. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Play action. Stafford. This one swung out to Williams. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. A quick first down pickup. Good start after going 3 and out on their opening drive.
Yeah, that's a good start to drive number 2. Remember, they had to punt the first time they had it. So maybe a little bit different sense of purpose here. And they start out with a nice gain and a quick first down.
A first run now for Kyron Williams. And not much doing there. Maybe a yard up to the 23.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
They work now on 2nd and 9. They'll fake it. Now Stafford. He hits Adams complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It'll be a first down for the Rams there on a pickup of 18.
First and 10 at the
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And a good job of just fighting through one tackle there to pick up about 3. Second down coming up.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Now a 2nd and 6. Now Stafford. That's caught. Puka Nacua. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards.
They made that way too easy for them. No one is supposed to be that open against an NFL defense. Once he caught the ball, there wasn't anybody close enough to stop him. And he was able to continue downfield after making the catch.
And a quick shuffle pass here is complete. So they'll get nothing out of that play, and that'll make it second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. From the gun, here's Stafford. It's caught here by Adams. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, You enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game. It's been a good drive so far. They just wanted to keep it going, so they call low-risk, low-reward play. No one's worried about picking up big yardage here. Quarterback sneak, keep the chains moving, and pick up another first down.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll bring up second down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
2nd and 6. Throwing is Stafford. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Oh, they were so close. That close to their first points of the game. Just needed to hang on just a second longer. But he couldn't complete the process of the catch through the jostling from the defender.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. The slot man in motion right. Here's Stafford. This is caught. And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3. Well, hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. So on 4th down, Sean McVay going to send out the field goal unit. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. And his kick is good. So a conservative decision there, but it does put him on the board.
And I know the players hate it and the coaches hate it, but sometimes you just got to take the points when they're there. Sometimes a field goal is pretty darn good.
The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Seahawks take back over. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here, and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming. Looking to put a drive together. Now Darnold. Trying to find Cup, but it's intercepted. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
L.A. readies for its next possession. And they'll take over here following the interception with good field position and a chance to take the lead with a touchdown. They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. Up the middle, it's Williams. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Ernest Jones there for the tackle. He can rack up those tackles in bunches in the run game from that middle linebacker spot.
And what he has to do is make sure he congratulates the guys in front and tells them thanks a lot, because as the guy in the middle, the Mike linebacker, you're counting on your front 3, your front 4, front 5, whatever you've got in front of you to take up all the blocking, allow you to roam and hit. And that's what he did on that play.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Now Stafford. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Only a short game there, but that's okay if you're the offense. They brought a lot of pressure at him, and he uses athleticism to at least get back to the line and make 2nd down a lot shorter than it was looking for a moment.
Stafford. Touchdown, Rams. Puka Nacua from 6 yards away. And the Rams have taken the lead. A nice connection there, finding his target, and that'll put 6 up on the board.
Just like they drew it up in their playbook and reiterated it on the sidelines, right? Perfect route, a good throw, and the defense, they had no answer for that right there.
Extra point forthcoming.
For the extra point.
And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7.
Makes the score Rams 10.
Just a 4-play drive that time. And the result for the Rams, a touchdown. Is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Now a hit and a loose football. And now the Rams have got it going the other way. And they are going to score on a fumble return. Touchdown, LA. So problems here on special teams, and it results in the scoop and the score.
They talk all the time on special teams about keeping your head on a swivel, trying to see the whole field. Hard to do when things are going that fast, bodies all over the place. You're just trying to find the right guy to align yourself with. On that play, wow.
Extra point attempt to follow here.
Extra point.
It's good to make it 17-7. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
second quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here as they've got it with a 1st and 10. From the 50, it's Darnold. As it complete to Jackson Smith and Jigba. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 11 yards for number 11.
Seahawks, first down. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Play action. It's Darnold. They'll get this complete to the tight end, Barner. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd down and 3. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay game.
Darnold, a sneak. And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1.
I don't know about you, but I like this call. 3rd and inches, and instead of worrying about getting it back to a running back and maybe there's some penetration from the defensive front, just go ahead and take it, move forward, and pick up the 1st down.
And as we say often, shows confidence in your offensive line. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that will bring up 2nd down.
Rams 25-yard line.
Back to throw, Darnold. On the slant, here's Smith and Jigba. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 13-yard line. Give them 12 yards on that one. It earns them a fresh set of downs.
1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Now it's Darnold. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Cooper Kupp from 13 yards out. And the Seahawks have got it back to within a score. Oh, such great concentration there, going right up against the side of the end zone, but able to get the feet in bounds.
There's so many things that go into that catch, and you just mentioned the concentration, being able to catch the football, get your feet down in bounds, hang on to it all the way through the process of the catch. That was a phenomenal play.
Now Myers for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it a 17-14 game. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it ends with Cooper Kupp on the receiving end of the touchdown pass. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
Nice footwork at the 25.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Their own 26-yard
The
line.
offense for Los Angeles returns to the field.
And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And a good physical run that time. He's going to wind up gaining 5 on that one.
He's brought down at the
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Williams going to get it again on second down.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. A loss on that play, and now third down gets tougher. 3rd and 6. Now it's Stafford.
And that nearly intercepted. Boy, for a guy known for his hands defensively, that's a ball he probably thinks he should have come up with. Instead, it's 4th down.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. Call that a 45-yard punt, just 2 yards there on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Sam Darnold leading the offense out for their next possession. 5 for 5 that last drive. Touchdown pass as well. He was clicking. Receivers, I don't want to be cliche, but running really solid routes too.
And what I love about it is when you look across any team, all right, the body types of the receivers are usually different. The way that they get open, different as well. Some of them use power to get open. Some of them use those head fakes and subtle moves. Some of them just use pure speed. And the really good ones, when they're established, they know how to push off at the end of a route, too.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
Certainly not the way they drew it up in the playbook, but that's why they love this guy back there. He sees things breaking down, and he's more than capable of finding an escape route and still getting a decent gain.
And Darnold just beating the play clock. He's got his target. That's complete.
And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's good for a Seahawks. First down. 1st and 10.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Off of play action, Darnold. That'll be taken in by Shaheed.
And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory.
12 more yards for him there. It's a first down.
That's a nice catch there. Remember, he had the fumble earlier. No way he was giving up the ball in that situation. Secured it tight to his body and picks up the first down.
Darnold now to throw. Now he's going to step up and run.
And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
Well, I could spin this negatively as he just got back to the line of scrimmage. But when you really analyze it, he took away a big play for the defense, made it an uneventful run because he avoided a sack and didn't lose yardage.
To throw is Darnold. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. They push him back 8 yards that time on second down.
And this is a quarterback who's already had success on the ground in this first half, but this time they're able to hem him in.
And it's always different when you rush a mobile quarterback as opposed to a guy you know will be right back in the pocket. In this case, you got to make sure the inside pressure and the outside pressure match, and maybe even a second wave to make sure if he squirts free, you've got someone to tackle him.
The Seahawks on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 17. Open man right side is Cup, complete.
And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after.
So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that's going to make it 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away.
And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback.
And the LA offense ready for this next possession. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3 and out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10.
At the 20.
He'll hand this to Williams to start things out.
Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
2nd and 9 now from the 21. Here's Stafford.
Pass complete there to Nakua.
No gain on the play. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9.
All right, partner, I wasn't good enough to get this done, but I played with plenty of guys who did. When they spotted wide receiver screen and they got to the football fast and blew the whole thing up, the same result as we just saw usually happened. No gain.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Just beating the play clock. Stafford. The left side throw complete to Adams. Will go down as a gain of 6. And that's going to bring up the 4th down.
It's 4th down.
Ethan Evans on now to punt.
For the Rams.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. It's taken to the 26. Call that a 46-yard punt, though they did get 9 back on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work.
As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
It is fun to watch the big man work the middle of the field. How about that post route there? Did an excellent job of getting his head around to look the football in and gain significant yardage.
Here's Darnold.
Outright to Smith-Njigba.
And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. That'll go for a gain of 7. And it'll be 2nd down.
7-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Here's Darnold.
And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over it that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
brings up
Normally being a
third
big-bodied
down
receiver
and 3
plays to
yards
their
go.
advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
Darnold. And that will be incomplete.
Intended for Eric Sauer.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he was fortunate on that one not to have another turnover on his ledger.
Myers for the Seahawks field goal. A 58-yard attempt.
And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. 17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. And the Rams now coming out on the field. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. Now Stafford. Screenplay set up for Williams. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
To throw is Stafford. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Out of the gun, Stafford. Slant to Adams. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
From the gun on 3rd down, Stafford. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Now we give up the middle to Williams. Devin Witherspoon takes him down defensively.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
2nd down and 8. Throwing is Stafford. And the Seahawks defense gets to him, and they bring him down. They'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down.
All about the offense so far this drive, putting something sustained together. But the defense, they responded on that play. 2nd and manageable became 3rd and long. The drive marching to the end zone is one play from stalling out.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Stafford will stay out there. He'll lead his guys up to go for it on fourth down. They snap it to Stafford. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off by Ernest Jones. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, fourth and long here, late second quarter. I mean, Charles, you knew that was going to be a very tough play to convert. But now, not only do you not convert it, you give up a pick six the other way and give the other team all the momentum.
And Brad, I don't think we ever go into a game where both teams don't tell us that they plan to be aggressive in what they're doing on offense. But there's aggressive, and then there's reckless. And how about this one? In the first half of a close game, that backfired on them in a big way. Now I think they're in a position where they have to take a lot of risks in order to try and catch up.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And they will take a 7-point lead.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick halftime report. We'll let both sides catch their breath and get their orange wedges as we're going to get ready for the third quarter action. So let's go back out to the stadium as we rejoin our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Scott, great work as always. We'll see what the second half brings here. These two defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads at intermission. These offenses, they have had their way so far. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Rams offense ready to begin quarter number 3. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
A gain of 3, second down.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Williams loses the football, and the Seahawks have recovered. There are two words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S, ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you've got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
Now we'll see what this Seahawks offense has in store with their first possession of the second half. And their defense just helped them out by getting the football back on the opening drive here in the second half. And now can the offense follow through with points on their first possession?
And that's a big one for them because after the work the defense has done, they've got a chance here to open up this lead.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Option play, they'll run with Williams.
And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd and 2.
Play action. Stafford.
Going to be taken in here by Nakua.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 5 catches for him in that first half, and that's number 6 that we just saw, and also a first down.
2nd and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a first down.
Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And room there to work it inside the 25. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here.
It's interesting going into this game. There was so much talk from both sides about who would control the line of scrimmage. I think we've seen who has it in this one so far.
Well, they bottled him up. He's barely averaging over 3 yards a carry right now. Off of play action. Here's Stafford. And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaken up on that last play.
So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Corum now on 1st and 10. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
Here's a 2nd and 5. Again, it's Corum.
And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Now they'll have it 1st and goal following that gain of 17.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
Williams is into the end zone. Touchdown, L.A.
A solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there, and each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. And that will tie our game here in the 3rd quarter. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told.
And it was capped off by the Kyren Williams touchdown run.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Seahawks offense and Sam Darnold headed back out there. And he had it going in the first half, that's for sure. He's really had his way with his secondary. They've been powerless to stop him, and he'll look to keep it rolling right here. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. After that last touchdown we just saw, Charles, we got ourselves a brand-new ball game, all tied here in the third as they have their first possession of this second half.
And, Brandon, this drive is all about one word to me, and that's the word answer, because they're trying to answer the momentum the other offense picked up in tying the game, because not only if they score and they feel better about themselves, they'll retake the lead and maybe set the tone for the rest of the half, keeping them in the driver's seat.
Sticking with Walker on second down. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks. 3-4 defense, and that O-line really dominated the D-line on that play.
And think of it this way. With a 3-4, you have a natural bubble over each guard because those guys don't have defenders over them. Oftentimes, if you want to run up the middle, they can get upfield and get on the linebackers right now, and that gives the running back a heck of a chance to get into the secondary.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. That's a 12-yard gain now on back-to-back plays. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
He'll get this one to Cobb, complete.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd and 5. Back to throw, Darnold. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete.
So many qualities coaches tick off when they talk about, hey, what is it going to take to make an excellent quarterback? Accuracy has to rank near the top of every list.
Talk about arm strength, that's great. Mobility, great. But you need that accuracy in there. That one well in front of his man.
Yeah, now they got to face a big third down.
The shotgun snap for Darnold. And that's knocked away and incomplete. Roger McCreary, the man in the right spot to knock that away.
But based on the play we just saw there, he might not be the guy you want to challenge in coverage on these all-important snaps. He certainly looks dialed in right now.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. And this one is no good. He missed it. And we will remain tied here in this third quarter.
And anytime you see a kicker trot out to try one from 56 yards, you know everything's got to come off perfectly for it to have a chance. If the laces aren't quite right, if he doesn't hit the fat part of the ball just right, it's unlikely to go through. And that one winds up no good.
Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. So the missed 56-yarder, and now the flip side. Good starting field position at the 46 near midfield. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll get positive yardage there as he'll be touched down.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 46-yard line.
2 yards to go, 2nd down. Now a play fake and it's Stafford. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. And the Seahawks are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. That throw, Charles, on the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw, or maybe the ball's tipped, or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
And out now come the Seahawks. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
They'll begin here with a run with Charbonnet.
And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Now Darnold. Gets this complete to Shaheed.
And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a first down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
From the 50, it's Darnold. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. So nothing doing there, and it's second down.
Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-bodied tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
The key to any screenplay is all in the deception, and that means everyone on the offensive side of the ball. But someone gave it up because that one wasn't very well concealed. And the defense able to rally to him and hold him for just a short gain.
He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Kenneth Walker, 48 yards. And the Seahawks have taken the lead.
They went 5 wide in that offensive set, and racing going 3 wide's a big deal. To go 5, how about the way that they finish things off?
Did you just fit a race car reference into the game?
Zoom, zoom. How about the way that you play? When you go 5 wide, that means you're going fast now.
Zoom, zoom indeed. The extra point now coming from Myers. And they will take a 7-point lead now. 5 plays there on that drive.
And it was Ken Walker who finished things off with a touchdown catch.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
And the Rams getting set to go now.
So now, Charles, this drive, maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
They'll fake the jet sweep, but instead of give up the middle to Williams.
Yeah, he put up a good fight, but he's going to be taken down behind the line of scrimmage.
On running plays, linemen, of course, have their assignments. That's expected. But it's not often you're expecting to see a cornerback blitzing in run support and tackling the runner for a loss.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. In motion goes the tight end. Oh, the motion comes too late, and this is going to be a delay.
Penalty accepted, and that pushes him back 5.
Still second down.
Now it's Stafford. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
A gain of 8 yards. And it's third down.
Still needing 10 yards. Now it's third down.
Stafford.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
For a Rams first down. First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
So here's a first and 10 at the 38. They give it to Williams, running right.
They'll take it past the 40 to the 41, second down.
We know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Stafford now to throw.
Well, that'll be incomplete. He took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Stafford. It's caught inside the 25. And finally he's taken down at the 18. A big play there for L.A. 41 yards.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
1 quarter remains here on Sunday Night Primetime.
We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Rams trailing, but they do have the football as we start the 4th and final quarter. Now Stafford. Over the middle, that's caught by Adams. Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Ball resting on the 10-yard line. It's 2nd and 1. That's a jet sweep. This is Adams. And this is not going to work as planned. He's going to be met and dropped behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
Well, as a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss. To the sideline and incomplete. So 2 third-down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a third, and now they deal with 4th down.
They converted twice on 3rd down that drive already, but couldn't make it a third. We always talk about in-game adjustments. How about what the defense did there, able to shut them down on that attempt?
Desperation time for Stafford on 4th down. And the Rams are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Give him 2 yards on that one, 2nd and goal now.
You get down near the goal line, you need to start enlisting the help of all 11 guys on the defense. And that's a nice job there by the cornerback, squaring his shoulders and coming in to make the tackle.
On 2nd and goal, standing alone in the backfield is Williams. They'll give it to him again. And this time he is in. Kyron Williams, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Rams are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. We are set up for a fantastic finish now. A 4th quarter touchdown here. We're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for 2, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
Now the extra point.
For the extra point.
And no sweat. He puts it through, and we are tied here in the 4th. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And it was capped off by the Kyron Williams touchdown run. Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. Escaping a tackler at the 25. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Seattle again getting ready to take over offensively. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. Looking to put a drive together. To throw is Darnold. And the Rams got it. They bring him down. Byron Young, his 2nd sack of the night. Boy, every time I see speed like that off the edge, Charles, I just don't know how these offensive linemen do it. I would think that they would get called for holding every play, and maybe they should have been called for holding on that one.
Yeah, maybe not just holding, but sometimes you end up setting back in the offensive backfield a little bit farther to try and help you with the edge. That's a penalty as well. Sometimes you overset, they'll come inside of you. That's what speed does. It disrupts an offense. And right now, you've got to pay attention to this edge rusher on every single down.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Here's Darnold. Smith and Jigba with the grab. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
Brings up 3rd down.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This will be 3rd and 15. So offense moving a little too slow there. Could not get set, and they get the penalty.
Game, offense.
Now, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
Still 3rd down.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. Darnold. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they're going to get him down well short of the 1st as he can only get this to the 30. They get 13, but it's not nearly enough. And it'll be 4th down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
And 9 yards there on the return following a punt of 47. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the fourth quarter. Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10.
At about the 32.
He'll look to Williams to begin things. To about the 35, 2nd down.
At the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back there and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Now Stafford.
He'll be dropped shy of the 40 despite an excellent display of footwork. Call it a gain of 3 on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Here's Stafford. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Getting in there to knock away that pass was Josh Jobe.
Partner, for once in my life, I'll be succinct. In a one-possession game, every single stop like that could be a difference maker.
Here comes the Rams punter now, as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Seahawks offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes a right read seemingly every time. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Now that's a run that warms a play caller's heart because you're actually set up to do whatever you want on offense. You can come right back and run essentially the same play because you have momentum, or you can fake that running play and throw something deep over the top, or you now feel like you have an extra down to play with because if you go ahead and just throw it and you don't get it, come back and try and pick it up on 3rd down.
A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
And Walker once more. And we'll get this to the 32.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line. Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 55 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
Defensively, they were in the 3-4. Solid run up the middle. What made it successful?
Well, what you have to do is control the nose guard, but sometimes you don't do it by blocking him. You do it by influencing him. Get him moving to one side or the other and hit him back on the opposite.
He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. A gain of 8 there on the play. And that'll bring up a 2nd down in just a couple.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, Their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup with someone trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those, too. 2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Now it's Darnold. And the Rams got it. They bring him down. They called the corner blitz, and Roger McCreary, he got in there and earned the sack. The defense, they brought the house. That O-line, they were overwhelmed.
To put it mildly, because they didn't have enough bodies to block all the guys that came at them. Their best move, how they would have been better served, just turn around and yell, "Look out!" because here they come.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Here's Darnold. Setting up the screen here. This is Walker.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide. And these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
From the gun on 3rd down, here's Darnold. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Darnold now to throw. That'll be caught by Cup. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 21-yard line.
They come up now on 2nd and 2. Up the middle, here's Walker.
And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line.
A gain of 9 yards. That's another Seahawks first down. 1st and 10 at the 12-yard line.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports.
So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got a first down in field goal range already.
A quick throw caught by Cup out wide.
Gosh, given the time in the short game, would he have been better off just dropping that?
Yeah, when you look at the clock, you think so, but it's hard to get a receiver to drop a football. They're trained to catch everything.
Here comes 2nd down. Here's Darnold.
And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown.
Cooper Kupp with his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Seahawks have broken this deadlock and have taken the lead here in the 4th.
And that score deserves our respect, deserves our excitement. But I'm looking at the clock, and I'm thinking, there's a long way to go in this one.
Ideally, they would have liked to milk a little bit more time off. Now on the other sideline, you start to get the crew together and say, this is what we practiced the 2-minute drill for, right?
Yeah, you hope you've been in that situation before, and if you haven't, you just have the confidence, hey, let's go down there and get this thing done. But, boy, that's a big score right there to give them the advantage.
After the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. So now Stafford and the Rams down by 7. Under a minute 20 to go. They've surrendered a double-digit lead but can rescue themselves late as they come up on first down. The busy night continues for Williams. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
If you're in the offensive huddle, you're smiling after that play because you've certainly got them guessing now. Second and short, could they just hand it off for another big gain? Or did they take advantage of this spot to take a big shot downfield?
Now 2nd and 4. Stafford. That one complete down the field to Smith. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game.
At the 20-yard line.
Two timeouts still available in this final minute. It's 1st and 10 now. Stafford now to throw. Goes right back to Smith again. And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
Now the try here for the point after. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter.
The game is tied.
The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And the touchdown at PAT mean we are tied here in the final minute of play. This one, all we could have asked for. All tied, final minute as the kick's away here. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And Seattle now ready to march onto the field. Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if we look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked the special teams coach, what is he feeling? What does he think? Where does he want the football? What's the yard line we have to get? And he's already relayed that to his quarterback and his offense. They know what the goal is. Now the key, can they get there?
taken in by Shaheed. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Here's 1st and 10. Darnold to throw. There's a short one caught by Arroyo. Yeah, he will get out of bounds. That stops the clock, but 2-yard gains, definitely not what you're looking for at this juncture.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
The way he's throwing the football today, almost a surprise when he doesn't complete a pass like happened there, but he needs a few more to get his guys downfield.
Well, the way he's thrown it leads him to believe that he's going to get those completions. And that means the guys going out for passes, they'll run even harder because they expect it as well.
Now Darnold. And it is caught. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 29-yard line. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. Well, this offense still has the 1 timeout here, remember. 1st and 10. Straight ahead, Walker. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Down at the 20-yard line. It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
And we are set for a great finish as that timeout comes in with 2 seconds to go in this football game. So now this one will rest on the right foot of Jason Myers. 2 seconds on the clock. This for the win. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. And now this game's going to come down to the right leg of their kicker. He's made one and he's missed one thus far. This for the win. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. And they'll be celebrating in Pioneer Square tonight. The Seahawks have won the game. Charles, normally when you see a group score this many points, it's a complete blowout. But instead, they needed every single one of those in this close, high-scoring affair.
And, Brandon, I'm still on the edge of my seat after that one because when you have that much scoring and it still comes down to a one-possession game at the end, that's not something we see very often. And in this case, these offenses, they brought it. The defenses, they're going to need some work going forward.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. It's a win for the Seahawks here as we say so long from Seattle.